You've been saving and sending these files your entire life. Most people have no idea what's actually inside them. Today, we're cracking open 5 of the most common document formats, what they are, how they work, and why they exist in the first place. DOCX, Microsoft Word. A Word document is actually a zip file in disguise. DOCX, the format Microsoft switched to in 2007, is built on a standard called Office Open XML. Change the file extension from DOCX to zip, open it, and you'll find a folder full of XML files in a media directory. Everything you see in that document, the text, the formatting, the images, the headers and footers, is stored in those XML files as plain readable code. Before DOCX, Word used the .doc format, a single binary blob that only Microsoft software could reliably interpret. The shift to DOCX was a big deal because it made the format open and standardized, which is why LibreOffice, Google Docs, and Apple Pages can all open Word files today. The trade-off is that all that XML overhead makes DOCX files verbose. A document with a single sentence can still be several kilobytes once you factor in all the style definitions and metadata Word packs in by default. PDF, portable document format. PDF was built to solve one specific problem. The document looks the same everywhere on every device, no matter what. Adobe created PDF in 1993 to replace the chaos of printing to paper as the only reliable way to share a formatted document. A PDF encodes the exact position of every character, every image, every line on the page. There's no reflow, no font substitution, no layout shifting. Open it on a phone, a laptop, or a printer, it's identical. Under the hood, a PDF is a mix of PostScript, a page description language, and a compressed binary structure. It stores fonts directly in the file, which is why PDFs can look right even if you don't have those fonts installed. It also supports layers, digital signatures, interactive forms, and embedded multimedia. The downside is editability. PDF was never designed to be a working document, it's designed to be a final one. You can annotate it and fill forms, but actually editing the text and reformatting it is a fight that most editing tools still lose. TXT, plain text. TXT is the oldest format on this list, and it'll outlive all of them. A plain text file is exactly what it sounds like. Characters encoded in a standard like ASCII or UTF-8, nothing else. No fonts, no colors, no formatting metadata. Just the characters themselves. UTF-8 is worth understanding here. Text files don't store letters, they store numbers that map to characters. The letter A is the number 65. The emoji joy is a sequence of 4 specific bytes. UTF-8 is the encoding system that turns those numbers into the characters you see, and it's why a text file created in Windows in 1995 is still perfectly readable today. That permanence is the whole point. Every operating system, every programming language, every terminal, every database, all of them can read plain text. When developers want to store configuration, write code, or log output, they use text files. No compatibility concerns, no format upgrades, nothing to install. PPTX, Microsoft PowerPoint. PowerPoint is also a zip file, and every slide you've ever made is its own XML document inside that archive. PPTX uses the same Office Open XML standard as DOCX. Rename it to zip, extract it, and you'll find a folder called Slides with one XML file per slide. Each XML file describes the position, size, and content of every element on that slide: text boxes, images, shapes, animations. This structure is why PowerPoint files can get enormous fast. Every image you drop into a presentation is stored at full resolution inside that zip archive unless you explicitly compress it. A 20-slide deck with a few stock photos can easily hit 50 megabytes, not because slides are inherently large, but because nobody remembers to compress the images. PowerPoint also separates layout from content using slide masters and layouts. The master defines the overall theme, fonts, colors, background. Layouts define where content regions sit on each slide type. Your actual content slides reference those layouts. It's a clean system when it's working, and a confusing mess when you paste slides from a different deck with a different master. XLSX, Microsoft Excel. Excel spreadsheets are also zip archives, and they have one particularly clever trick that most people don't know about. XLSX stores each worksheet as its own XML file inside the archive. But here's the interesting part. Cell values that contain text aren't stored directly in the worksheet file. They're stored in a separate file called sharedstrings.xml, and the cells just reference an index number pointing to that entry. Why? Because in a large spreadsheet, the same text appears in thousands of cells: a product name, a status label, a city. Without shared strings, you'd store it once per cell. With shared strings, you store it once total, and every cell that uses it just points to the same entry. It's a compression strategy baked into the file format itself. Excel also stores formulas as text strings in those cell references, the formula itself, not just the result. When you open the file, Excel recalculates everything. That's why opening a heavily formula-driven spreadsheet can take a moment. The app is rebuilding the output from scratch. 5 formats, 5 zip files, XML structures, and encoding schemes. Once you know what's inside them, none of them are mysterious anymore. If you want to go deeper on any of these, there's more to all of them. Subscribe and we'll keep going.